Okay, hey everybody, welcome to another Sol Speaks Q&A session. I'll just wait for you guys to join me. So, yeah. First few minutes are always so awkward. Hey guys, how you doing? Hello. How's everybody doing today? Ow. Damn it, come on. Ow. Ew. 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 I didn't work today. Today's not a work day. I've been editing all day, actually. But this week has been fairly rough. Whoops. Ooh. Yeah? Alright, I'll let you go. Thanks. Well, if you guys have been following my Twitter and whatever, you should know what's going on. But, yeah. Not really getting any help on that regard, but whatever. You know. Yep. Sorry. Glad you're enjoying my channel, Sonic Gamer. It's good to hear. Welcome, welcome. People who are just coming in. So, what's going on? Yes, things have been rather shit, lately, since I learned that I'm losing my house. Yeah. I would really have liked to leave on my own terms so that I could, prepare and get a place before I had to be out on the street. But, yeah. No, I don't have a choice, and the chances of getting a new place are fairly low. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, been trying to get some help, but, been ignored completely, utterly, and completely. Whatever, I'm sure they have better things going on. I already have roommates. I have two roommates, and we're gonna stay together because the chances of us getting a place is much greater if we have our combined salaries. Did I complain? No, I can't complain. It's legal what they're doing. My landlord wanting to own the or wanting to live in the place we live now, it is legal. They gave me 2 months notice, which is the amount they need to give legally. So, yeah, there's nothing to complain about. I have to be out on my ass October 1st. So, yeah. I wish there was something I could do. But, you know, every outlet I've taken has been unsuccessful so far. No. Actually, my landlord is like a rental person's daughter, and she rents the place even though she doesn't technically own it. It's fucked. It's complicated. But yeah. Basically, yes, I don't have a choice, and I can't complain about it because it's legal what they're doing, so nothing I can do. Well, if I was rich, I would just buy a house too, you know? I don't need handouts. That's the thing. People are saying, "Oh, start a GoFundMe page, go start a Kickstarter or whatever." I'm not going to beg for money in this situation. That's not yeah, I'm not gonna do that because I'd rather make the money through hard work. I'd rather make the money through hard work. But instead of just getting it handed to me. Hi. Do I plan to play with fans? I don't know. I mean, I did in the past with, Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Or sorry, Smash Wii U. But the internet was really fucked at the time and I couldn't do it properly. Well, the thing about this whole house situation that really bothers me isn't so much that I'm losing my house, is that... So... This is gonna sound kind of conceited, and you'll have to forgive me, but this is the way I see the situation, is that when somebody like PewDiePie gets kicked out of his house for making gay sex noises or something like that, that's news. When someone is being forcibly evicted from their house, despite the fact that they've been a good tenant the entire time, oh, and might become homeless as a result, that's not news. You know, that's not news. That's what bothers me, is that it's not news because I don't have a ton of subscribers, so it's not news. That's so I can't get anyone who would be concerned's attention, and that's what bugs the shit out of me, is it's not news just because I don't have numbers. Yeah. Any new cartoons catch my eye? No. I mean, I did watch the season premiere of Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and it was really weird. Like, even by Star standards, it didn't really have much energy. It just kind of was like, especially Ludo in the Wild, it was just so strange. You know, but, I did like it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I just hope they get their energy back up. Because, yeah, the first 2 episodes were a little bit sluggish. At least to me, they were a bit sluggish. Alright, well, with this house thing, is that I don't technically need help necessarily, because I do have it, it's within my power to get a new place. The only problem is that the housing market itself where I live is so fucking terrible right now that, it's gonna be very difficult to get a place that I can afford that allows pets as well, because that's a big thing, is if you have pets, you're just, like, so not willing, you're just not able to rent places, and I'm not going to give up my cats. Yeah, so not only is it a monetary thing, but it's also a pet thing, and a time thing as well. So, you know, I don't necessarily need help in actually getting a place, it's just, I could use all the support I'm getting, and I would like to think that this is considered newsworthy, but it's not, because I don't have numbers. So, yeah, but that's enough of that. Have I seen The Loud House? No. I haven't yet. Clint from Rise and Fall of Nickelodeon keeps telling me over and over again, review The Loud House, and it's like, I'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. Well, all of you who did actually tweet at Scarce, I do appreciate that you did that, but obviously it wasn't enough. I mean, I don't, this sounds really bitchy to say, but I don't think it was going to the right place, because it was actually my fault. I said tweet at Scarce, and what I should have said was tweet at Scarce News, the place where he actually gets his news, so that was my mistake for saying that, but now I can't ask you guys to do it again, because, well, you already did it, so, yeah. Am I gonna review Gumball? Yeah, it's on my list. I'll get to eventually. The only game I'm excited for is Breath of the Wild and the new Professor Layton game that got announced, and Kingdom Hearts 3 whenever the hell it feels like coming out. That's it. Did I hear about the mini NES? I did, actually. It's a neat idea. It's kind of cool. Pros and cons guy. If you could message me regarding what this business request is, I would appreciate it. I don't give out my Skype to just anyone. It has to be something that I'm willing to talk directly about. What's my favorite Zelda game? It's a tie between Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, because I like them both equally for different reasons. Do I play Pokemon Go? No. And this whole team stuff looks very silly to me, but I don't know specifically what it's all about, but it looks silly. I don't have any thoughts on Teen Titans Go other than it looks stupid, but I've never actually seen it. Apparently there's supposed to be some Kingdom Hearts 3 news, later this year, like winter, and it's like, ooh. Ow. Why'd that hurt? Shit. I need to get more sleep. What's next after the Sonic-tacular? Stuff. Have I seen the new Netflix Voltron? No. Mecha stuff has never interested me at all. Have I watched Toriko? No. Well, pros and cons guy, if you have something business related you'd like to tell me, please message me on YouTube or Twitter or something like that. Because I don't give out my Skype flippantly. It's very private for me. What type of Keyblade would you want if I could have fun? Well, I own a Keyblade. It's the Kingdom Key, but if I could have an actual working Keyblade, probably the Ultima. Ultima Blade would be, Ultima Weapon would be the one that I would want. Have I seen BoJack Horseman or Yu Yu Hakusho? No. My favorite movie? I don't know, I don't really have a favorite necessarily. I have some favorites, but not like an all-time favorite. Some of my favorites are Hotaru no Haka, Paranorman, Mary and Max, Advent Children Complete, and some others that aren't coming to mind right now. Oh, and weirdly enough, Sweeney Todd. That's one of my favorites for some reason. I like singing it. Do I like One Piece? I don't know, I've never seen it before. It's impenetrable. Can I make a review of Erased? I don't know. Okay, so here's something you gotta keep in mind when you guys request something to me. When I review something, it has to be something that I feel I can make something interesting out of it. So there's a lot of anime that you guys ask me to watch. But the thing is that I have to be able to say something interesting about it, and a lot of the anime that you guys asked me to watch are very similar to each other. Like a lot of slice of life anime, high school based anime, all that stuff, it's too similar to each other. So some of these they're all on my list, but the chances of me reviewing them are low because I don't want to keep repeating myself, and I can't get a lot of humor out of repeating myself over and over again. So yeah, exactly, Cameron, it has to be interesting and review worthy to me personally. There are going to be some more anime reviews, but just not that many. That's the thing. I'm trying to get out some good American or North American based cartoons before the year ends, but there will be some more anime reviews coming. I don't have a favorite M. Night movie. I don't like M. Night Shyamalan. I remember, actually, a long time ago, I watched Lady in the Water, and I was pretty young-ish at the time, maybe like 11 or 12 or something, and I was just like, even as a kid, I'm like, what? What? And it sort of stuck with me how weird it was, and then I watched the Nostalgia Critics review of it, and I'm like, oh my god, so it wasn't just me who thought it was weird. This was really fucking weird. So, yeah. What's the worst Western cartoon I've watched? Probably, so far, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is the worst of them. But, you know, there's plenty more crap to see out there. Yes, I know. I'm pretty sure we all know that M. Night's Last Airbender was shit. Have I seen Camp Lazlo? I think I saw a couple episodes on Teletoon, like, a long time ago. But I don't actually remember any of it. Do I like Hamilton? What's Hamilton? I don't watch web series at all. The only web series I ever watched was Bravest Warriors, which, yeah, isn't like a thing anymore. And if it is a thing, they're gonna make us pay to see it. Do I have any plans to collab with other YouTubers? I have one collaboration planned, but that's pretty much it, to be honest. No one wants to collaborate with me right now, because I'm at that weird stage where I feel like I have enough subscribers to ask people to, collaborate with, but they don't agree with me. So, yeah. The channel's been very sluggish lately, actually, subscriber-wise, activity-wise, and part of it to blame was me being sick as well. Quite a few people unsubscribed because I couldn't deliver on time, which, if I could have done that, I would have done that. But yeah, things have just been not very good on my channel lately. How's Phantom Strider doing? He's good. Yeah. How about Pie Guy? Well, Pie doesn't really do collaborations, that's the thing. We did the Pixar discussion together, but he's not really a collaboration kind of guy. He did a very short cameo on my Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog review as the voice of the door. But, yeah, like an actual direct collaboration. Yeah. I actually did have another collaboration planned with another reviewer who I'm not going to say his name because privacy. But, actually, he made the mistake of having me friend him on Facebook, and he was so whiny, so irritating. Like, his Facebook was basically just his personal dumping ground for all of his emo, whiny thoughts, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to work with this guy anymore. I don't want to work with this guy anymore. So we're not doing anything anymore together. It's okay, though, he was a smaller channel than me. Steph Ray Bro and I actually haven't spoken since we collaborated together. I guess he did me a favor, but the thing is that he's got his own life. She has her own life now. So, yeah. Am I looking for more art for my channel? I always appreciate any art that I can get. Fan art makes me smile. It really brings my spirits up. Collaborate with Mr. Enter. From what I know, I don't actually watch Mr. Enter's videos or anything, but apparently he's like a big recluse and does not talk to people. So, trust me, I've reached out to some of these people. I did, at a viewer's request, I did Anime America. I tried Lutoons a while ago. Rebel Taxi as well. Even just for shits and giggles, I tried Kid Icarus. I've tried Did You Know Gaming / Did You Know Movies. Even, Channel Frederator won't do anything anymore. They said that they can't pay me, so they don't want me to make videos for their, channel anymore. And it's like, I don't care. I don't need to be paid. That's why I have a job, I just want, the exposure to me is pay. But, they're like, oh, sorry, we'll get back to you. Even though they promised me I could make a 4th Toon episode, they're just like, nah, we can't pay you, so fuck off. It's like, fine, whatever. I don't mind working for free. I do it every week. Am I excited for Steven Nuke? Honestly, I don't care about Steven Universe. It just really lost me. They had like this advertisement was like, oh, it's gonna be big and dramatic and everything, and then it just, the whole thing with the cluster, and then it just stopped. It just stopped, and I'm like, wow, that was incredibly anticlimactic. So yeah, it's turned into the Peridot and Lapis show, so, that rhymes, the Peridot and Lapis show, so I just don't care anymore. Steven Universe, maybe it'll bring me back later, but I just don't care anymore. Do I plan on dying anymore? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't plan these deaths, in advance. It's just sort of, I think they can be funny. Yeah. Would I even take fan art of me with Sat AM, Sonic, and Ben 10? I'd take anything. Anything. I appreciate any fan art or, gifts, anything like that sent to my P.O. box. I greatly appreciate it. It always makes me smile when I look at it. Have I heard of Jordan Underneath? That name sounds familiar, but I don't actually know who he is. Wait, he's that creepy guy that collaborated with Kid Icarus on the Resident Evil 0 review, I think. I think that was him. He did, like, those weird jump scares. Even lewd fan art? Well, I'd appreciate if you take the time to do it, but I can't really share it on, Facebook and Twitter, because, yeah, nudity or whatever. Am I ever gonna review Powerpuff Girls Z? I'm actually planning to do, like, a big Powerpuff Girls event, probably next year. I just don't have time to do it this year. But once the first season of the Powerpuff Girls reboot is, like, done, then I'll start planning the Powerpuff Month. Appreciate the fanny. Yeah, I do appreciate the fanny. Do I know Teletoon? I grew up watching Teletoon. Teletoon was like my lifeblood until I was 12, and then my mom couldn't afford cable anymore, so she had to get rid of it. That was not fun. Well, it's not that I hate Lapis Lazuli, it's just I don't find her interesting at all. She's just like any Crystal Gem. They're designed nicely, but I just don't care. And then I see that this new character is going to be introduced, Bismuth or Bismuth or however you say it. And it's like, stop with the fucking characters already. Way too many characters. You're starting to get annoying. Do I like the new TF2 update? I haven't actually played it extensively yet, because I've been really busy with the Sonic-tacular and all this house shit, so, yeah. But I would like them to bring out the rest of those TF comics that they promised. It's been almost a year, actually. Have I seen Hellsing Ultimate? No, but stay tuned. Am I gonna see Ice Age 5? No. I've only seen Ice Age 1, and I think I saw Ice Age 2, like, a long time ago, and I thought it was stupid. So, yeah. Do I have a hard time doing videos? No, not really. It's a 3-day process, though. Mondays are scripting, Tuesdays are filming, recording, skeleton, ADR, and then Wednesdays are editing, like, splicing the footage together and everything. But, yeah, lately I've had to cram all the splicing work into Thursdays because I've been busy. So, yeah, like yesterday I was visiting Phantom Strider before he left, so, yeah. What are the posters in the background? That one's Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1, that one's Kroshitsuji, aka Black Butler, that one's Code Geass. I have my English plaque on the wall. I think that's all. Yeah, that's pretty much all you can see. My favorite YouTuber not based around animation? I Hate Everything. I really enjoy his work. I Hate Everything / Grade A Under A. I really like their stuff. I wish I could talk with I Hate Everything as a friend. But no, that's a whole other topic. I'm not getting into that. I have spoken to him before, but not as a friend. Yeah. Donkey Kong Country cartoon review? Oh god. God. If I could actually find the full thing, maybe, but ugh. What video editing do I use? Adobe Premiere, Adobe After Effects are my two main ones. What's my favorite Kirby game? Crystal Shards. Kirby 64 and Crystal Shards. Charles not doing so great this week. It's been fucking annoying this whole week. Very disheartening and sad. Oh yeah, my film clips, my film clips from Nightmare Before Christmas. It's actually right here. Right here. I mean, I know you can't really see it, but, yeah. My two actual cuts of film from the movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's funny, some person was just selling it on, an online site for like $50, and I'm like, holy fuck, I need that. I don't know if I got ripped off or not, but honestly, I don't care. If I got ripped off, I don't really give a shit. Crystal Pepsi is not going to be for sale in Canada, so no. Have I seen The Secret Lives of Pets? No. Have I seen any of Mamoru Hosoda's films? No. Do I think I'd ever do an episode focusing on ops? What's ops? Charles, I'm not an American citizen. I would have to be able to get a job. and I can't live in America without being a citizen. Have I seen Lead, whatever? I saw the first episode. I actually can sing the opening theme song as well. But no, I haven't seen the whole series. Is Crystal Pepsi out? If it is, I don't care. Have I seen Anomalisa? Yeah, actually, I managed to catch it before it left its limited Canadian theater run, and it was really good, except the first 15 minutes, they were really slow, like, almost annoyingly slow, but after it started picking up a bit, it was really good. Okay, whoa. Have you seen We Bare Bears? No. Am I going to get the mini NES? No. Have I heard of Ruby? Yes. Favorite JoJo? I don't watch JoJo. Yeah, but Cameron, I would need to download it. That's the thing. I need to find a download source for those, because, the footage fairy doesn't come and drop this footage on my desktop when I need to review it. I have to download it somewhere. Do I play Animal Jam? No. What's my favorite cartoon intro? I have quite a few, but the one that comes to my head is Gravity Falls, Danny Phantom. Those are the two that are coming to my head right now. I'm sure there's more, though. What kind of mic am I using? It's an Audio-Technica... What is it called? Shit. It's got a long name. Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus. That's what it's called. Have I played the game Shantae? No. Do I like Young Justice? I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know who that is. Do I watch an entire series in about a week? It depends on how long it is. Some of them, if they're only 13 episodes, I can watch it in a week. But, yeah. Oh, man, that's actually a tough one. Moral Orel or Rick and Morty? Shit. Damn, that's really tough, actually. Because Moral Orel, I think, does better in keeping its tone. But Rick and Morty is way funnier than Moral Orel. Shit. I mean, I did rate Rick and Morty higher than Moral Orel. I gave Rick and Morty a 4.5 and Moral Orel a 4, but honestly, I kind of have to say they're almost equal to me, because they both excel in different things. I love both series. Do I have a crush on any YouTubers? No. When it comes to romantic stuff, I am just not interested at all. Futurama or Rick and Morty? Rick and Morty, definitely. How do I feel about the new Ghostbusters? I don't give a shit. That's the thing, is people were all ready to hate this movie as soon as they saw the trailer, and it's just like... You're just gearing yourself up to hate it, so, I honestly don't care. I haven't even seen the original Ghostbusters. I'm sure that the reboot probably sucks, but I don't know. Trigun or Cowboy Bebop? I've seen Trigun more than Cowboy Bebop, so I'm just gonna go with that, but I've seen both series all the way through multiple times. Just, meh. Would I review Johnny Test? Well, it's not out of the realm of possibility, assuming I could survive it. How about Clone High Romance? Well, that was like a parody of romance, that's the thing. What's my favorite Gravity Falls episode? Not What He Seems. Doritos or Lay's? Depends on what mood you're in. What's my favorite cartoon? That's so hard to answer. Do I hate boys when they do a cat call on me? They don't really do that. This is the thing. It's not really a thing that I've ever seen before. Have I seen My Life as a Teenage Robot? Yes. Yes, I have. Do they have Captain America in Canada? Yes. He's not like a banned image or anything. Have I seen Mass cartoon series? I've seen some of it. How do I feel about Ghost in the Shell? I don't know. Do I have a fetish? Yeah, but I'm not going to say what it is. Is Dan Versus an underrated gem of the Hub Network? That remains to be seen. I have seen a bit of it. I thought it was kind of funny, but I haven't actually seen any full episodes yet. Do I watch superhero cartoons? I like Danny Phantom. Black cats or gray cats? Just cats in general. Have I seen Nichijou? No. Have I seen Clarence? No. Do I like BoJack Horseman? I don't know. Favorite superhero? I don't know. I don't really like the concept of superheroes all that much. Do I think the new Bubble sounds cute? I don't know. I've never actually heard any of the new Powerpuff Girls talk. I've made it a conscious effort to not listen to any of their audio. Would I review the real Ghostbusters? I don't know. I don't know. Who's my waifu? I don't know. I don't really have one. I made a joke in my Shiki review that Natsuno, who is a boy, is my waifu. But that was a joke. I didn't mean that for real. Coke or Pepsi? Neither. I prefer Barq's root beer. Favorite cartoon growing up as a kid? I didn't really have a favorite. I just kind of watched whatever was on. Do I like Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, or Kids Next Door? Yes. Have I watched Deadpool? No. Excited for Samurai Jack 2016? Yes. Very excited. How do I feel about Mysterious Mr. Enter? Well, as I was saying earlier in this stream here, I don't know anything about him. He's apparently a recluse, so I don't know. I've never seen any of his videos either. How long does it take to write a script for an episode? About an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I write pretty fast. Rick or Morty? Rick. I prefer Rick. I'm not playing Pokemon Go. I have not watched Sailor Moon, although I have seen some of it, like 3 episodes. Dipper or Mabel? Dipper! I honestly much prefer Dipper over Mabel. I'm not a superhero. Whoops. I just turned my PS3 on. Stop. Stop. Stop doing that. Damn it. Oh, sorry about that. Whoops. Do I have a guilty pleasure cartoon that's bad, but I love it anyway? Not yet. I don't really have any yet. I don't like cartoon crossovers. I prefer root beer. I don't really like live action shows. What is the next Sonic show? Sonic X. Who's my favorite cartoon character? I don't know. There's so many of them. Do I enjoy Gordon Ramsay? Hey! No, actually, I think he's a cunt. Do I have a favorite animationer? I'm assuming that's supposed to be animation company. Yes. I really like Leica Studios for their stop motion. Yeah, I very much enjoy Leica Studios. And even though they outsource their work, Rough Draft, I like their animation too, actually. Favorite SpongeBob episode? Fuck. It's gotta be one from the 3rd season. I want to say SpongeBob meets the Strangler, but I know there's one the Algae's Always Greener is definitely one of my favorite. Shit. Here, one sec. Just drawing a blank right now. Let's go through this. Let's see here. Algae's Always Greener, yeah. Just One Bite, that one's pretty... Fucking Idiot Box, yeah. Oh man, the 3rd season was so good. Krusty Krab training video, definitely. Oh, why couldn't the show still be this funny? Yeah, you know what, I'd say my top 3 SpongeBob episodes are SpongeBob Meets the Strangler, The Algae's Always Greener, and Idiot Box as well. They're all fucking hilarious. SpongeBob, my legs are frozen solid. You'll have to cut them off with a saw. No, Patrick, I can't do that. Why not? Because I already cut off my own arms. Okay, sorry. Back to this. Sonic Boom is greater than Sonic X? I'm just gonna leave that one. Do I like rhythm games? Yeah, I was really good at Guitar Hero, actually. I was also really good at Dance Dance Revolution for a while, too. Favorite cartoon that's currently airing? Well, it was Wander Over Yonder. I'm guessing I'm just gonna have to say Star versus the Forces of Evil. Oh, actually Rick and Morty. Definitely Rick and Morty. What's the most stylized animation I've seen? I don't know. Nothing's really coming to mind. I saw some really weird, stylized stuff like Mizuno Kotoba. Kotoba. Mizuno Kotoba was pretty weird. So how's the S? What is the S? Will Saltato be a thing? I don't know. Saltato's already gone bad. So, yeah. Any cartoons I feel like should have been on a network? Yes! Wander Over Yonder should not have been on Disney. Because Disney seemed to be doing everything they could to sabotage it. Have I seen DreamWorks Voltron? No. Got any other DVDs you could look at? Yeah, actually I do. That shelf there, this one back there with all the multicolor stuff, those are all my current series DVDs. The bottom stack is SpongeBob and Powerpuff Girls. This one beside it, Simpsons. Then up top is American Dad and Family Guy. South Park, my brother has half the DVDs at the moment, actually. And then the most right one is Futurama, Robot Chicken, Drawn Together, Oblongs, Clone High, Brack Show, and Animaniacs. Those are just the ones I own on DVD. I watch a lot of other stuff, like, on my computer. Do I ever think animation will be less of a niche medium? I certainly hope so. It sucks that animation is still seen as kids stuff. Because, yeah, it's just a viable form of entertainment. That's what I want to do someday, is make actual, like, dramatic story-based cartoons for adults. Yeah. Worst show that was once good? SpongeBob. Definitely SpongeBob. What video have I made that I regret making? None. I don't regret making any videos, but some of the things I did in them I regret. The one I would say I regret the most in terms of content is the Pokemon the First Movie review that I did on BulbaTube's channel, where A, I didn't know how collaboration worked, and B, a lot of the things I said were kind of stupid. Yeah. I would like to go back and revisit that one eventually. Where do I think Wander Over Yonder should have been? Probably Cartoon Network. I think would have been a better home for it. I should make a cartoon about myself? Whoa. That would be pretty conceited. My life isn't nearly interesting enough to be a cartoon. Which old cartoon should make a return? Invader Zim, Megas XLR? Well, Invader Zim. Definitely. Thoughts on Pan Pizza? I don't know. I don't know anything about Pan Pizza or Rebel Taxi or anything like that because he keeps ignoring me. Well, I shouldn't say keeps. I think I've messaged him twice. Yeah, he doesn't respond. Which animation company would I like to work with and why? I'd like to work with Laika, because I really enjoy stop-motion animation. Actually, the Rough Draft I would like to work with... No, that's not true. I would not want to work with a Rough Draft. I don't know. Just anyone who'd be willing to work with me, I think, would work. Are there any reviews I'm putting off till a certain point? Yeah, there's one I'm sort of holding off until a special point to that incredibly ever-lofty goal of 10,000 subscribers. Which, to me, right now, seems as distant as fucking Saturn. Invader Zim or Ed, Edd n Eddy? Invader Zim. Favorite non-animated movies? I don't have that many, but Sweeney Todd, UHF... because it's so stupid. Basketball, again, because it's so stupid. I don't know. I don't really watch live action stuff. That's the thing. Would I like to do a crossover with anyone I could choose? Anyone? If I could do a crossover with anyone I would choose, I think it would have to be the Nostalgia Critic. Even though I do like other content creators better than him, I just think it'd be fun, honestly. What should come back, Gravity Falls or Invader Zim? Invader Zim, because Gravity Falls actually had an ending. I'm not excited for the Summer of Steven, I don't care. Am I a Yu-Gi-Oh fan? No. Except, one of my fans sent me this Yu-Gi-Oh card in like a care box. So this is the only Yu-Gi-Oh related thing I own. It's a card of, like, Otohime or something like that. yeah. I'm not sure what exactly this has to do with anything, but, you know, I value it all the same. Gravity Falls or Steven Universe? Gravity Falls. What's my next vid? Sonic X. What are my thoughts on Zootopia? I need to see it not in the theater because I was sitting next to a shit kid who ruined all the dramatic moments and I just wanted to punch him in the face. So, yeah, I need to watch it again. Yeah, 3,503 subscribers away from 10K. That's a lot to me. You know, some channels, they get that in like 2 hours, but I don't. So, yeah. Thoughts on Archer? I think it's very good, but it's become not very good lately. Like, it started to kind of go downhill after the 4th season. Have I seen the newest Nostalgia Critic? Yeah, it was okay. I just wish he had shown more of the movie. I don't know, it just seemed like he didn't show much of the actual movie itself. Frozen or Tangled? I don't care! Seriously, Frozen is just okay, and Tangle, I remember, is just being okay. So, yeah. Oh yeah, that would be news if I punched a kid, but not going homeless, you know, that's not news, but punching a kid, yeah, that's news. Worst type of content on YouTube? Prank channels, reaction channels, dog shit news channels. Those are the 3 I know of. Would I ever do a marathon of all the bad DreamWorks films? No, I would have to do a marathon of all the DreamWorks films, not just the bad ones. Wreck-It Ralph or Big Hero 6? Wreck-It Ralph. Big Hero 6 was okay at best. Thoughts on Iron Giant 2? I hope that's just a rumor. Well, Cameron... No, I'm not even gonna bother. I don't want to sound like a bitch. Which YouTubers do I hate the most? You know what? This is gonna sound very hipstery of me, but I really did hate Keemstar before this whole Keemstar hate bandwagon thing. It's that I saw his video that featured Grade A versus some douche, and I watched it, and I'm like, the entire time, all I was thinking was just, every time Keemstar opened his mouth, I'm like, shut up! Just let Grade A and what's-his-name talk. That's funny. You're not. Shut up. And then I watched the one with him and Sky Does Minecraft or whatever, and then I Hate Everything and Grade A at the same time. And he kept interrupting and just being generally annoying, and it was like, shut up! So I really did not like Keemstar. If Keemstar wasn't involved, I would have watched Drama Alert. But yeah. I thought the song he did at the end was okay, but yeah, selling it on iTunes is a little bit weird. I have heard of the whole FouseyTube bullshit, and I honestly don't care at all. Favorite IHE video? I really like his search for the worst. The Oogie Loves is probably my favorite search for the worst of his, although I love his fuck this movie moments. But you know what, my favorite I hate video of his is probably I hate movie theaters, because every single word that he says, I'm just like, yes, I agree. Like, there isn't a single video he's made that I don't agree with. But yeah, the I hate movie theaters, I think, is my favorite one. Is the editing software I use free? No, it's actually very expensive. Thoughts on a live-action Full Metal Alchemist? Let's not, and pretend we didn't mention it. Are there any shows I liked but don't care for anymore? Steven Universe is one that I was enjoying but don't care anymore about. SpongeBob I was following for a while but then stopped caring. My Little Pony I was following there for a while but then stopped caring. Yeah. Favorite Nostalgia Critic video? Probably the Lorax is one of my favorites. The Purge as well was pretty funny. His Star Trek Insurrection review with Linkara was pretty funny too. But yeah. A Perfect Circle? They're okay. If my hat could talk, what would it say to me? That's the fucking weirdest question I've been asked in a long time. Have I seen Chris Stuckman? No. Brad Jones introduced you to the Oogie Loves? See, yeah, I've known about the Cinema Snob for a while, but I actually don't. I've never watched him before. I might in the future, but yeah, the Oogie Loves was introduced to me by I Hate Everything, and I just love his fucking, Gooby Dooby, 1, 2, 3. Just, that was funny. Least favorite Nostalgia Critic episode? I don't know. He's done so many of them that I don't know. Do I have a day job? Yes. What cartoon would I like to see rebooted? None. I'm fine with cartoons the way they are. Reboots are something I generally don't support. What are cliches in cartoons that I despise? Forced romance is one of them. The stock character trio is one of them. There's a lot, actually, but nothing's coming to mind at the moment. Thoughts on Modern Fairly Odd Parents? Well, it sucks balls. What do you expect me to say? Have I played Tomb Raider? No. Do I want Don Bluth to return to the big screen? Yeah, that'd be neat. I don't have any personal stake in it, but it'd be neat, I guess. Yeah, the Purge review was pretty funny. Do I watch any music critics on YouTube? No, because music to me is so subjective that listening to another person's opinion about it is pointless. You know, I have a very eclectic music taste, so yeah, I just don't like it. What's a stock character? You know, a character archetype. Thoughts on Star Season 2? It's been weird so far. The first 2 episodes were weird. Why exactly did I pick up EyeofSol as my YouTube channel? Sorry, I've just been asked this like 20 times. It's a line in one of my books. Or, well, I mean, it has actual spaces in the book, but, yeah. Just, it's a line from one of my books. Who would win? Me or Nostalgia Critic? Well, Nostalgia Critic could just summon his legion of subscribers and followers to come kill me. Godzilla or King Kong? I don't really care. Has there been any time when you've enjoyed a cliche movie that you usually hate? Not really, but there actually are some cliches that I enjoy, like Rain. I actually, sorry, before I move on, Cameron, I wrote 4 books, actually, plus some cartoon pitch Bibles and scripts, too. But anyway, Rain, like, dramatic moments with rain, I like those. Really big explosions, I like them, too. Long coats for dramatic moments, you know, like capes and waving coats and stuff, that's neat. Like, dramatic wind and stuff. Basically, anything that enhances the drama of a moment, I do like. I think it's fun. Sol versus Linkara. I couldn't win. Linkara has a spaceship. If I were to make my own cartoon, who would I pitch it to? Well, I've already pitched it to a few animation companies, and 2 of them got back to me and said they weren't interested. One said they'd produce a pilot for $50,000, and then the other ones I was just ignored. So, yeah. Austin Powers or Wayne's World? I don't know. I've never seen either of them. Face reveal? Oh no, look, it's an EyeofSol face reveal. Have I played the N64? Yes, I own an N64, and my favorite game on it would have to be Majora's Mask. Animations made in Canada? Well, ones that originate from Canada? I've explained this before quite a few times, but I guess I'll do it again. There's a good reason why Canadian animation generally sucks more than American animation, and that's because when something is produced in Canada, they generally have to be produced through the Canadian Media Fund, which means that you have to qualify for the Canada Media Fund, and you have to have moralistic standpoints or something related to the Canadian spirit in it, and the Canadian spirit is unfortunately boring, so you have to do that or else you can't get funding for your cartoon. So that's why a lot of Canadian-made cartoons are, you know, boring. Favorite stop-motion movie? Paranorman. How far am I in my source filmmaker animation? It's about 75% done. Maybe 80, closer to 80, actually. What are my cartoon pitches? They're private. I don't want them leaking onto the internet. Which cartoon creators would I like to see make a cartoon together? I'd like to see Gendy Tartakovsky and Craig McCracken go back together. That'd be cool. Nickelback or Creed? I don't follow bands. I follow songs. So I don't know. I like one Creed song and I like 2 Nickelback songs. Pickles or chocolate chips? Depends on what mood I'm in. What would make me care about Steven Universe again? Being about Steven! You know, and the Crystal Gems. Not about Peridot and Lapis and this new bismuth character, or however the fuck you pronounce it, and stupid shit like that. Favorite voice actor? Probably Rob Paulson, but Keith Ferguson and D. Bradley Baker are coming close. I also like Kevin Michael Richardson and Phil Lamar as well. Plus, what's his name? Hiroshi Kamiya as well. Daisuke Ono, I quite like. Oh, hi, Mark. You're my favorite customer. Excited for the Emoji Movie? Yes, I am so excited for that movie. Favorite Marvel or DC movie? I'm gonna just have to say The Dark Knight, because I don't really care about superheroes. Which video game do I think would make a better cartoon anime than a game? I don't know. Have I played any of the Fable games? No. Would I ever become a voice actor? I've done some voice acting in the past for some things, but, yeah. Being a full-time voice actor, my voice isn't interesting enough to be a voice actor. Have I seen the Wallace and Gromit series? Yes, like 1,000,000 times. Have I played Parappa the Rapper? No. Have I... I hate getting asked this question. No, I haven't done an Avatar or Legend of Korra review yet. I will get to it eventually. Favorite anime? Mononoke. The series Mononoke, not the movie. Have I seen the Warcraft movie? No. Am I gonna watch the dubbed One Punch Man? If I was ever going to watch One Punch Man, it would be in Japanese, not English. What will it take to end the Ice Age franchise? Probably another Ice Age. Would I review a game if it was mostly cutscenes? Yeah, I was actually thinking of maybe reviewing the 358 over 2 days movie. The one that came on Kingdom Hearts 2.5. But, Kingdom Hearts 1.5. But I'd have to actually be able to think of things to say about it. Can I do any good cartoon impressions? If I thought about it, I probably could. Do I watch Count Dracula? No. Favorite anime movie? At the moment, Hotaru no Haka. How long in advance do I watch cartoons before viewing them? It depends on how long the series is. If it's a very short series, like 13 or 26 episodes, usually the week of the review I'll watch it. Or sorry, the week before the review I'll watch it. Yes, I can sing. But yeah, if it's a very long series, then I have to watch it continuously up to the time I review it. Do I think the FNAF movie will do well? Of course it will, because all the idiots are going to, see it. I mean, you don't have to be an idiot to like Five Nights at Freddy's, but it helps. Least favorite SpongeBob pre-movie episode? It's definitely one from the first season. Probably, no. I was gonna say Tea at the Tree Dome, but no. Probably Reef Blower is the stupidest one. Did I do a Star vs. the Force of Evil review? Yes. It's one of my favorites, actually. Thoughts on Bunnicula? I don't have any. Because I've never seen it. Stop asking about Mr. Enter. I already answered this twice already. I don't know anything about him. He's a recluse, and I don't watch his videos. I actually used to be really good at doing Patrick's voice, but then I kind of stopped doing it for a while. Do I watch a cartoon even if I've seen it in the past for review? Yeah, if I'm in the right mood. Like, I watched Wonder Over Yonder a couple times after reviewing it. Same with Gravity Falls. Star vs. I also watched a little bit afterwards. Worst live-action movie based on a cartoon? Probably Alone in the Dark. Maybe House of the Den. Anything Uwe Boll has done. Thoughts on the second SpongeBob movie? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Best director? I don't know. Depends. Even really good directors can make total shit. Will I review the Ben 10 reboot? Yeah. If demand gets big enough for it, I probably will. I am already watching the Star vs. second season. I'm already doing that. Can there be another Sol play with fans? I don't know. It all depends on how well my internet works. I like ice cream sandwiches. How long did it take to make the animations put in the review? Well, I didn't make them. They were commissioned. The new intro was a joint project, and that took about 2 months to do. And then the in-between animations were done by Mario Ramirez, who, it took about a week. Once he actually got started doing it, it took about a week. And then the What a Bee animation took, I think, like 3 days. Oh, and then the ratings animations, they took, I think, about 2 weeks-ish, something like that. But yeah, I didn't make any of them. The What a Bee intro is my, What a Bee is my studio name. It's What a Bee Studios. Will there be a new one each season? I don't know. Commissioning a new intro every season would be difficult, because they are expensive. But yeah. Duckman review? I don't know. Everyone would accuse me of trying to leech views off of Rebel Taxi. Can you meet the guys who did your intro? Yeah, they're linked in the description of my reviews. Shark Tale or Home? I don't know. Shark Tale was pretty shit. What's my favorite color? Black. And before you say it, yes, black is a color. But, I guess if I had to nitpick whatever, it would be red. Why is it called What a Bee Studios? Because, one of my cat's names is Hannah Bee. And whenever I see her, I like to say, what a bee. I'll be like, oh, what a bee, what a bee. So, What a Bee. What a Bee Studios, there you go. That's the entire story. What do I think about Swiss Army Man? I don't know what that is. Welcome. Do I have any advice for someone just starting out on YouTube? No, actually. Most of us are just stumbling around like idiots anyway. So, if I could do one crime and not get in trouble, what would it be? Probably assassinate Donald Trump. Maybe. No, you know what? That would just rile everyone up. That would get everyone screaming. No, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Do I have a part-time job? Yes, because YouTube doesn't pay the bills. What's my favorite horror movie? I don't really like horror movies all that much. Why don't I like Lapis and Peridot? Because they're boring. I just don't find them interesting. Will I upload this? Yes, all my live streams stay up on my channel. Mr. Meeseeks or Jerry? Jerry, because he's adorable. You have Surge, Ecto Cooler, and Crystal Pepsi. Should you mix it together and drink it? What do you think? Alright, we got 2 minutes left here, so... Any favorite songs in a cartoon that aren't theme songs? I like the soundtrack for Shingeki no Kyojin. It's pretty good. Have I seen Tom and Jerry? Yeah. It's okay. Tom and Jerry's alright. My favorite Rick and Morty episode is, what's it called? The one with Unity, Rick's hive mind girlfriend. You shouldn't get subscribers out of doing something stupid. You should try and do it, offering something. What's my favorite animation genre? Stop motion. I don't care about Ghostbusters at all. I've never been interested in Ghostbusters. Can I do death growls and screams? I can scream, yeah, but I'm not going to. I don't want to blow out my mic. Is there EyeofSol merchandise? No, I'm not gonna whore myself out just yet. Weirdest experience I've had? There's a lot. Do I enjoy Adele? No. Favorites? I don't watch Scooby-Doo at all. Ever. I find it incredibly annoying. Is there a god? Well, that's up to you, isn't it? What's my preferred tone for show? Dramatic. I much prefer shows that are serious and interesting. Not to say that they can't be funny and lighthearted, but I prefer a dramatic show. Do I get creepy fan emails? No, people don't really email me. They mostly just talk to me on Twitter or Facebook. Why am I always depressed? I'm not. I'm not always depressed. I can be upset, but I'm not always depressed. Okay, anyway, it's 7 o'clock now where I am, so we're gonna finish this up. So, is there anything else you guys need to say, or you want me to say, or do, or whatever? When is Sonic X? Friday. So tomorrow. Have I heard of Rebel Taxi? Yes, I have heard of Rebel Taxi. Do I dislike all British celebrities? No. No. Why would I dislike British celebrities? They're funny. I can't put on music or I'll get copyright striked. Okay, that's gonna be enough for today, I think, because it's hot as fuck in here. I need to get back to work editing. But, yeah. So, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Thanks for all your questions. And next week will be another Sol Plays. I'm actually not going to be doing a vote for the next Sol Plays, because I'm going to be playing Inside next week, the new game by Playdead, who did Limbo, and I'm really excited because I love Limbo. So, next week is definitely going to be a non-voted Sol Plays, but after that, there'll be a vote again for what game to play. But yeah, thanks for joining me in the stream, and I will talk to you guys later. See you later, guys. Have a good night/day.